we are going to discuss about some more types of inequations. Inequations containing square root, modulus, exponential type, and some logarithmic inequations. Are you familiar with logarithms?
Anti-logarithm, logarithm.
No, only logarithms. Basic formula of logarithms: log a plus log b is equal to log ab. You are aware? Please respond.
Small basic.
No, sir.
No, logarithms are not familiar to you.
Sir, for CBSE, they're not familiar, sir.
CBSE logarithms are not there.
We don't have the chapter in CBSE.
No, sir. Not for CBSE.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain some fundamentals before explaining the questions. Okay. So let me share the screen. Yeah, in inequality, the first question, square root of 2x square minus 3x minus 5 is less than x minus 1. Before solving this, usually you will try to square on both sides to eliminate the square root, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
But if you want to square on both sides of an inequality, then both sides should be positive. Remember that. Left-hand side is square root of any expression is definitely positive, but RHS should be positive. So what is the condition? X should be greater than or equal to 0. Sorry, greater than or equal to 1. If x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, x is greater than or equal to 1. So first we need to write this condition and proceed, because our solution should satisfy this condition. Okay. Now you square on both sides. Left hand side will be 2x square minus 3x minus 5. Right. Less than, what is x minus 1 whole square? X square minus 2x plus 1. Right. Then simplify. X square cancels on both sides. So you will get x square. Next, minus 3x minus 2x. So what will be remaining in the LHS? Minus x. All right. Next constant, minus 5, and if 1 comes this side, it becomes minus 1. So minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6. Less than what? 0. All right. Now you know how to solve this inequality. You just try to factorize this. Is factorization possible?
Yes, sir.
6 is minus 3 into 1, minus 3 into 2, and minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Okay. So you factorize this as, tell the factors.
X minus 3, x plus 2.
X plus 2 into x minus 3 is less than 0. What is the solution of the inequality x minus alpha into x minus beta less than 0? If x minus alpha into x minus beta is less than 0, what is the solution? Tell. We have discussed it in the previous class. No one is responding. Suppose the graph of the parabola ax square plus bx plus c intersects the x-axis at alpha and beta. So clearly, when x square coefficient is positive, here x square coefficient is plus 1. When it is positive, graph will be upward parabola. And if the graph intersects the x-axis at roots at alpha and beta, then clearly the quadratic expression will be negative when x lies between alpha and beta, is it not? So what is the solution of this inequality? X lies between minus 2 and 3. Minus 2 is less than x less than 3. But you should not forget this condition. Okay, that is the initial condition. Therefore, what is the answer? What is the final solution?
1, 2, and 3.
1 to 3. 1 to 3. The common interval of this and this. Okay. But equal to 1 is there. If x is equal to 1, is it satisfied? Check. If x is equal to 1, is it satisfied? It is becoming square root of a negative number. Is it not? And one more thing we have not considered, that is, this square root will be defined only when 2x square minus 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 0. That condition we have not considered. Is it not? So 2x square minus 3x minus 5 should be greater than or equal to 0. Otherwise, square root is not defined now. Okay. Then, can you factorize this? 2 into minus 5 minus 10. And 2 plus minus 5 is minus 3. So you can easily factorize. You write this as 2x square plus 2x minus 5x minus 5 greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Then from these two, you can take 2x common. From these two, you can take minus 5 common. So 2x into x plus 1 minus 5 into x minus 1, x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So x plus 1 is common factor. So x plus 1 into 2x minus 5. Should be greater than or equal to 0. This time you look at this graph. When is a quadratic expression greater than or equal to 0? When x is less than smaller root or greater than larger root. Is it not? Here, what is the solution of this inequality? X is less than or equal to smaller root minus 1 or x is greater than or equal to 5 by 2. But this is not possible because already we have considered x is greater than or equal to 1. So x should be greater than or equal to 5 by 2. Otherwise, the square root is not defined. Now, the values of x should satisfy this condition, as well as this condition. Now you tell the answer. What is the common interval? What is the common interval? Not able to tell?
2 to 3.
No. How 2 to 3? If you take a real number line like this, locate the roots 1.
2.5 to 3, sir.
5 by 2 is 2.5. Next, minus 2 comes here and 3 comes here. What is the first? X greater than or equal to 1 means
2.5.
this is the first interval. Okay. Second interval, this interval is greater than 5 by 2 means 5 by 2 to infinity. This interval is minus 2 to 3. What is the common interval? Common interval
5 by 2.
5 by 2 to 3. But 5 by 2 included or not? 5
Included.
by 2 included. Equality is also there, no?
Included.
But 5 by 2 is not included in. This is here included. Here also included. Here also included. Yes, we can include. So answer is closed bracket 5 by 2 to open bracket 3. This is the final answer. Hope all of you understood the method.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we should not blindly square and write this solution as answer. We should also consider the values of x for which this square root is defined and this RHS is positive. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next question. Now, this is similar to the previous question. X plus x minus 3 is less than square root of x square plus 4x minus 5. First, we have to square, no? For squaring, both sides should be positive. But if LHS is negative, what happens? You cannot square. But negative number is less than positive number is 2, no? Is it not? If the left-hand side x value is negative, RHS is always positive. Square root of anything is always positive. So if x minus 3 is negative, it is true. Is it not? So first we will write if x minus 3 is negative, then x is less than 3. Less than or equal to 3 you can write. Even when this is 0, 0 is less than, right hand side should be definitely positive. Okay, we will check the equality.
Sir, it can't be equal to 3, no, sir.
Yeah. With that we
Square
will
root
check.
of anything, it can be 0.
If the right hand side is absolutely positive, it cannot. If it cannot be 0, then equality is also possible. Okay, that we will check later.
Yes.
So initial condition, if x is less than 3, it is true. The given inequality is true. That means less than 3 means what? Minus infinity to 3 is a solution. Okay. Now we will take the other case. If x is greater than or equal to 3, then left hand side is positive, right hand side is also positive, so we can square. Okay, then square on both sides, what you will get? X minus 3 whole square, x square minus 6x plus 9 is less than, what is the RHS? X square plus 4x minus 5 after squaring. Okay, x square cancels. Take 4x this side, you will get minus 10x. Minus 10x is less than how much? Minus 5 minus 9 minus 14. Then dividing by minus 10, what happens? When you divide by a negative number, inequality will flip. Less than becomes greater than. Remember this. Okay. Minus 14 by minus 10 is how much? 7 by 5. Understood? If x is greater than or equal to 3, then x must be greater than or equal to 7 by 5. Okay. Then what is the common interval of this and this? Greater than 7 by 5 and greater than 3. What is the common interval? What is the
3
common
to
interval?
7 point.
7 by 5 to 3.
No. What is the common interval? Anyone?
Minus 7 by
Why minus?
Open bracket 3 comma 7.5 close bracket.
No, 7.5 is less than 3
7 by
now.
5. Yes, so 7 by 5 comma 3.
7 by 5 is how much? 1 point something. It is 3. If both are to be satisfied, then what is the common interval?
1, 2, 3.
This is 1.4. 7 by 5 is 1.4. Okay. X is greater than 1.4 and greater than or equal to 3. Both must be true. What is the common interval?
Open bracket.
7 by 5 comma 3 and 3
No.
comma infinity.
You draw, if you are confusing, draw a real number line. Okay. Take 3 here. 7 by 5 is less than 3 now. So 7 by 5 comes here. Okay. What is the first interval? 3 to infinity. Okay. Second interval. 7 by 5 to infinity. What is the common interval? Common interval 3 to infinity. No?
Infinity.
So this is one solution. This is one solution. But one more condition we have to consider. What is that condition? This square root should be defined. No? In both the cases, square root should be defined. Okay. So x square plus 4x minus 5 should be greater than or equal to 0. Understood? Otherwise, the square root is not defined. This solution will be wrong. Then, what are the factors? Are there any real factors? You can't, I think we have to check the discriminant. What is the discriminant? Delta. Delta of this b square minus 4ac is 16
Minus 20. 20.
minus 5
Plus
means
20. Plus 20, sir.
how much it is? 36. 36 is a perfect square. Okay. So there are rational factors. You can minus 5 can be factorized as minus 5 into 1 or 5 into minus 1. 5 plus minus 1 is 4. So this can be directly factorized as x plus 1, x minus 1 into x plus 5. Correct? Greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Then only the square root will be defined. If x minus alpha and x minus beta is greater than or equal to 0, what is the interval of x? We have discussed it in the previous question. When is this x minus alpha and x minus beta positive? When x is less than alpha or greater than beta, is it not? So here what is the solution? X must be less than or equal to minus 1. Equality is also there. So I am considering equality. Or x is no. What are the roots? Minus 5 and 1 now. Smaller root is minus 5. So here you should write minus 5. Here x is less than or equal to smaller root minus 5 or greater than or equal to 1. So this condition is compulsory for any solution. So now you take this, compare this and this. Compare this and this. What are you getting? Actually, without considering this, what is the answer? This interval union this interval. But if you take union of this interval and this interval, this is minus infinity to 3. This is 3 to infinity means, what is this union this? Minus infinity to 3 union 3 to infinity. This interval or this interval is the answer. Means this union this. If you take union of these two, then it is nothing but minus infinity to plus infinity. All real values. But this condition is compulsory. That means x cannot lie between minus 5 and minus 1. Is it not? So what is the final answer? Final answer. What should you write? Minus infinity to minus 5 closed. This one. Union closed interval 1 to infinity. This is the final answer. Is it clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Is it clear? Okay, we'll proceed to next question. Now this is exponential type question. Something power something is equal to 1. If a power b is equal to 1, what are the possibilities? Already I have told one point in the previous class that whenever power is a variable, base must be a positive number. Here, when b is a variable function, a must be positive. Here, the base is mod x minus 3, it is positive only. So there is no problem for that. Okay. Now, if a power b is 1, there are two possibilities. A is equal to 1 and b is any real number. One power any real number is 1 only, no? So this is one possibility, and another possibility.
B equal to 0.
A is positive, A must be positive, and B is equal to 0.
Zero.
You may ask one question. Why base cannot be negative? Okay. If you take minus 2 power 0, what is the value? 1 only. Correct or not? But you should not consider these cases. Whenever power is in terms of x, base must be positive. Repeatedly, I am telling. Okay. So A is positive, B is equal to 0. Any positive number per 0 is 1. So these two are the possibilities. Okay, let us take this possibility. A is equal to 1 means mod x minus 3 is equal to 1. If mod x minus 3 is 1, how do you find the value of x? X minus 3 is equal to plus or minus 1. Correct or not? Then x is equal to, take 3 to right hand side, you will get, if you take plus sign, you will get 3 plus 1, 4. Or if you take minus sign, you will get 3 minus 1, 2. You are getting two values of x. Okay, can you accept both the values? Can we accept both the values? B can be any real number. You should see that B is defined. If you put x is equal to 2, what is happening? B is not defined. Denominator is becoming 0 now. In B, x minus 2 is in denominator of this power. So if we substitute x is equal to 2, denominator is becoming 0. So this is not defined. Power B is not defined. So we have to remove this. Only 4 is acceptable value of x. Okay. This is the solution under case 1. Now coming to case 2. A is positive, this is satisfied. B is equal to 0. B is equal to 0 means x square minus 8x plus 15 by x minus 2 should be 0. Then numerator should be 0. You will get x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0. Can you factorize? 15 is 5 into 3, 5 plus 3 is 8. So directly you will get factors as x minus 3 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we are getting two values of x. X is equal to 3 or x is equal to 5. Can you accept both? Anyone? Can you accept both the solutions? Can you accept both the solutions? Two. Yes? Anyone respond?
X equals to 3 not acceptable, sir.
Not acceptable. Very good. Why? Why is
Because
this?
x minus 3.
Because base is becoming 0, but base must be positive now. So this is not acceptable. So in case 1, we got x is equal to 4. In case 2, x is equal to 5. So final answer is x is equal to 4 or 5. Two values of x. All right. I hope you are learning something new more than what you have learnt in 9th or 10th while solving equations and inequations. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So these all are small things, but if you don't fill these gaps, then later it will be very difficult. So that's why we are making you perfect in fundamentals. Next question. Very good question. Root over x minus 6 minus root over 10 minus x greater than or equal to 1. First, you should write conditions for these two square roots to be defined. When is this square root defined? X should be greater than or equal to 6 now. X minus 6 should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. And when is this square root defined? 10 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0. 10 minus x greater than or equal to 0 means x is less than or equal to 10. Correct? Then only the square roots are defined. Okay. So if x is greater than or equal to 10 and less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 6 and less than or equal to 10, what is the common interval? Both conditions should be satisfied now. So take 6 here, 10 here. The first condition is 6 to infinity. Second condition is minus infinity to 10. So what is the common interval? 6 to 10. So these two square roots are defined simultaneously only when x lies between 6 and 10. Right? 6 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10. This is the initial condition. That means our solution must be within this interval. Understood? Our solution should be restricted to this interval. Okay. Now we start solve. We have not yet solved. We have not yet started solving the equations. Just we are consider finding the intervals for which square roots are defined. Okay. Now we start solving this. When square roots are there, you should try to square on both sides to get rid of the square roots, right? But for squaring on both sides, I told the condition, both sides should be positive. Okay. But we don't know whether this minus this is positive or negative. That's why you take the second term to right hand side. We can write the same inequality as root over x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 1 plus root over 10 minus x. Okay. If minus of root at 10 minus x is taken to right hand side, it becomes plus root over 10 minus x. Now this side is positive. This side is also positive. Correct or not? Now you can square on both sides. Square. By squaring the LHS, what will you get? X minus 6 greater than or equal to, square the RHS, a plus b whole square formula. A square 1 plus b square means 10 minus x plus 2ab means 2 into 1 into root 10 minus x. Okay. Now simplify it. You take these terms to left hand side. Minus x becomes plus x when it is taken to left hand side. So x plus x will be 2x. And remaining minus 6 and this one minus 11. Minus 6 minus 11 is minus 17. Okay. Is greater than or equal to 2 root 10 minus x. We got a new inequality. At every stage, we must observe the intervals for which it is defined. If x is between 6 and 10, this is defined. Square root is defined. That is not a problem. But next step is we have to square on both sides. When can you square? When both sides are positive. So what is the condition for squaring further? If the left hand side is negative, it cannot be true. Negative number cannot be greater than the positive number. So compulsorily left hand side should be positive. Okay. So what is the condition? 2x should be, we have to write it on left side separately. 2x minus 17 should be greater than or equal to 0. Then only you can square on both sides. And x is greater than or equal to 17 by 2. For 7 equal to 17 by 2, left hand side is 0, right hand side is positive. 0 is greater than positive number is strong. So equality is not possible. So we have to remove the equality. Understood? Now this condition should be satisfied and this condition should be satisfied. Then only you can proceed further. Understood? So now under this condition, you can square the inequality on both sides. Squaring on both sides, left hand side will be a minus b whole square formula. 4x square, 2x whole square plus 17 square is how much? Anyone? 17 square. 289. Minus 2ab means minus 2 into 2x into 17. Minus 68x is greater than or equal to, what is the RHS after squaring? 4 into 10 minus x. 4 into 10 minus x means 40 minus 4x. Okay. Now we can reduce it to a quadratic inequality. 4x square minus 68x minus 4x becomes this side plus 4x. So it becomes minus 64x. 289 minus 40. How much? 249. Okay. Now, what will be the solution of this inequality? Can you factorize? Very big number this is. This is a very big number now. How do you solve this kind of inequality? You can observe that 4 is common in these two. Taking 4 common, you should not try to factorize this kind of, with this kind of big number through 249. You should not try to factorize. taking 4 common, 4 into x square minus 16x plus 249 greater than or equal to 0. We can make it a perfect square by adding, this is 2 into 8 into x, no? You can add 8 square and make it a perfect square. So what I will do is, I will add 8 square. 8 square means 64. So we have to subtract now. 64 fours are how much? 64 into 4. 256. Correct? Plus 249 greater than or equal to 0. Now this is x minus 8 whole square. 4 into x minus 8 whole square, and this is how much? Minus 7. So if it goes to RHS, you'll get greater than or equal to 7, you can write. Okay. Now x minus 8 whole square is greater than or equal to 7 by 4. Here, you should know how to write the solution of something like this. If x square is greater than or equal to a square, how to write this? X will be less than or equal to minus a, or x will be greater than or equal to a. Because x square is greater than or equal to a square means x square minus a square is greater than or equal to 0. You can factorize it as x plus a into x minus a greater than or equal to 0. And we know the solution of the inequality x minus alpha and x minus beta greater than or equal to 0 means x is either less than or equal to smaller root or greater than or equal to larger root. So x is less than or equal to smaller root minus a or greater than or equal to larger root a. Here in this question, you can write 7 by 4 as root 7 by 2 whole square. Then you will get two cases. X minus 8 is less than or equal to minus root 7 by 2, or x minus 8 is greater than or equal to root 7 by 2. So x is less than or equal to 8 minus. This is little lengthy, so 8 minus root 7 by 2, or x is greater than or equal to 8 plus root 7 by 2. So proceeding like this, squaring on both sides 2 times, you got this interval. But it has to satisfy this condition as well as this condition. Okay, then how to find the final answer? We have to draw a real number line. Take a real number line, minus infinity to plus infinity. And mark all the numbers we got: 6 and 8, 6, 10 and 17 by 2. Where is 6? Mark somewhere here. 6. 10. I'll mark here. 17 by 2 means how much? 8.5. It will be around here. Okay. Next, 8 minus root 7 by 2. It is less than 8. Root 7 you can take approximately. Root 4 is 2. Root 9 is 3. So take it as 2.5 something like that. 2.5 by 2 is 1 point something. 8 minus 1 point something will be 6 point something. 6 point something means it will be here. Understood? So I am marking 8 minus root 7 by 2 here. Next, sorry, 8 plus root 17 by 2. Root 7 by 2. Root 7 is root over 2 point something, 2.5 by 2. It is 1 point something. So totally is 9 point something. 9 point something means it lies here. 8 plus root 7 by 2. Now, draw the intervals. What is the first interval? 6 to 10. Second interval, 17 by 2 to infinity, greater than 17 by 2. 17 by 2 to, sorry. I'll share it again. Some mistake happened. Okay. I'll share my screen again. Okay. Second interval is 17 by 2 to infinity. Third interval is less than 8 minus root 17 by root 7 by 2 or greater than 8 plus root 7 by 2. Now you observe the common interval. That is the final answer. Final answer will be what is the interval matching all the conditions?
8 plus root 7 by 2 to 10.
8 plus root 7 by 2 to 10. Yeah, very good. 8 plus root 7 by 2 to 10. But closed brackets or open brackets? 8 plus root 7 by 2 included. Equality is there. And 10, it is also included. So, which brackets? Square brackets. Okay. So, this is the final interval. Okay. Is it clear? Shall I proceed to next question? This is a normal question only. Find the least integer k for which this quadratic inequality is true for all real x. If ax square plus bx plus c is greater than 0 for all x, what are the conditions? The graph of a quadratic function like this will be a parabola, either upward parabola or downward parabola. If the expression is positive for all x, then definitely its graph should be completely above the x-axis. So definitely it should be upward parabola. It can't be downward parabola. It should be a parabola like this. What are the conditions for this parabola? If the parabola is upward parabola, a should be positive. A means coefficient of x square. And if the curve is not intersecting the x-axis, discriminant delta is negative. These two are the conditions. Okay. So if ax square plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0, greater than 0 for all x, then a is greater than 0 and delta is less than 0. Okay. Here, what is a? Coefficient of x square. X minus 2 should be positive. Okay, sorry, k minus 2. K minus 2 should be positive. K minus 2 should be greater than 0. Coefficient of x square should be positive. And what is the other condition? Delta should be greater than 0. What is delta? B square minus 4ac. B square means 8 square, 64 minus 4 into AC, k minus 2 into k plus 4. C is k plus 4 into k plus 4 should be greater than 0. You can divide this inequality by 4. By dividing by a positive number, inequality remains as it is. So dividing by 4, 64 by 4 is how much? 16 minus of k minus 2 into k plus 4 should be positive. Okay. Now 16 minus of, multiply these two brackets, k square plus 2k minus 8 is greater than 0. All right. Then write it in a proper order. K minus k square, next minus 2k. Here plus 8 is there and plus 16 is there. 8 plus 16, 24 is greater than 0. And already I told in the previous class that whenever there is an inequality with this second degree coefficient negative, make it positive. That will be convenient for us. How to make this k square coefficient positive? Multiplying both sides of the inequality by minus 1. Okay. So multiplying both sides by minus 1, you will get k square plus 2k minus 24. When you multiply by minus 1, negative number, what happens? Inequality will flip. Greater than becomes less than. Then what are the factors of this? Are the 24 minus 24, 6 into 4. You can write plus 6 into minus 4. Plus 6 into minus 4 is minus 24. And 6 plus minus 4 is plus 2. So its factors are, tell. K minus 4
minus 6 plus 2. Minus 6 plus 4.
No, minus 1 minute. K minus 4 into k plus 6.
Minus 6 plus 4.
Roots are minus 6 and plus 4, but factors will be k plus 4, k minus 4 into k plus 6 less than 0. All right. What is the solution of this inequality? If x minus alpha and x minus beta is greater than 0, less than 0, x lies between alpha and beta. What are alpha and beta here? Smaller root is minus 6, larger root is 6. So minus 6 is less than k, less than 4. But what is this condition? K is greater than 2. Both the conditions should be true. So what is our final answer? Answer. Without writing the number line, can't you tell? Can't you tell without writing the number line? Common interval of this condition and this condition. Anyone? Anyone?
2 to 4.
Very good. 2 to 4. So common 2 to 4 is the interval of k, but the question is not interval of k. He is asking the least integer k. Least integer k. Actually, in this interval, there is only one integer. Is it not? Any more? Is this correct? Okay. Minus 24 correct. Minus 6 to 4, it's correct. Okay. Then what is the final answer? We should write the answer as smallest value of k. Smallest integer k. How much?
2.
3. 2 is not included. It is open bracket. 4 is also not included.